Hey, I heard that you came to the class reunion yesterday. Though I can't say I ever saw you. I guess that's not surprising, given how antisocial you are. I guess some things never change. Yeah, no, you definitely saw me there. I'm sure of it. I heard you bad-mouthing me to everyone. In fact, I'm pretty sure you were deliberately being loud enough so that you knew I could hear you. Huh. Is that right? I don't know. I don't feel like I'd bother wasting time thinking about wallflowers like you to begin with. If that's the case, why don't you just leave me alone instead of texting me pointlessly? Wouldn't a conversation with someone like me waste your oh-so-valuable time? Oh, what's wrong, Carol dear? Are you really going to talk back to me all grumpy like that? Why don't you just be quiet, like you're supposed to? You do understand the difference between our standings, right? Don't tell me you don't. Standings? What are you talking about? I certainly remember how you were back in school. Always looking down on me and throwing insults in my face. I always had to be running away whenever I saw you since you were so persistent. But now we're both adults. It's childish to keep acting like we have some sort of different social standing that dictates how we should behave to each other. What? You mean you don't know? Know what? Once you formed a certain kind of relationship with someone, that doesn't change for your whole life. No matter how much you try to act like you're on the same level as me, your standing as nothing more than my slave will never change. Your slave? Don't make me laugh. Did you forget that we're not in high school anymore? Not that that sort of talk would be normal even for a high schooler. Even for someone at that age, it sounds ridiculous. Well, that's why you got all nervous and ran away, right? And after I went through all the trouble to try and be friendly with you too. Friendly? I don't think you even know the definition of the word. Constantly bad-mouthing me. Doing everything you could to make a laughingstock of me in front of other students. Stealing my things. All the while, I was wondering what I had done for you to feel like you had to abuse me like you did. And just dismissed it as you having troubles at home. And then you even started physically abusing me too. The very sight of your face just made me angry. What can I say? I couldn't help it. All you had to do was act like the slave that you were and follow every order I gave you. But you just never got the picture. I heard you talking about how you were hoping to reconcile or something earlier. That made me start wondering whether or not you had forgotten where your standing was in our relationship. Look, how about you just shut up about it already? There's no point in even talking to you any further. I wasn't even intending on going to any further class reunions anyway, so that should be fine, right? I only even came this time because of the news that our old homeroom teacher was retiring. I wanted to see him and thank him for all he did during my time there. That's all. Well, of course. It's not like anyone else in our class remembers you anyway, right? Don't ever come to one of the reunions again. You antisocial shut-in of a girl. Nobody wants to see you anymore. Oh, don't you worry. I certainly don't want to see your disgusting face ever again myself. I'll be sure to keep my distance. Hey, Carrie. How's work been? It's nice to hear from you, Mitch. Work's been fine. Nothing too serious. Why the sudden question, though? Has something happened? Have you been able to get to work all right? I may be your little sister, but I'm an adult now. I can take care of myself. You don't need to feel so protective of me. Hey, old habits die hard, right? Of course a brother's gonna worry about his little sister sometimes. Yeah, I know. And don't get me wrong, it makes me happy to know you worry about me. It's reassuring to know you care. Anyway, I haven't even had to go into work very often recently, since most of our work is being done remotely now. Everything has been going pretty smoothly. I'm glad to hear it. Still, it's strange for you to suddenly ask about that. What happened? What do you mean? You know what I mean. You barely ever text me. You always just call. It's out of the ordinary, so I figured something was going on. Well, your intuition is right there. I've actually got some news for you. I'm planning on proposing to someone. Oh, really? Congratulations! Who's the lucky lady? I don't remember you even talking about having a girlfriend. When do I get to meet her? Well, there's actually something I wanted to ask you about regarding that. Huh? What? Well, she's actually someone who went to the same high school as you, apparently. Huh? She is. She was in the same year as you, so I figured you might know her. Her name's Lauren. Are you serious? Did she say anything about me? No, she never mentioned anything about you. I mean, you weren't really able to go to school very often back then, so I figured it'd be best not to bring it up. I remember it seemed like you had a hard time in high school, so I was concerned that maybe you weren't able to get along well with some of the students. So, I wanted to ask you about her privately first. Lauren was in my class. Yes. Ah, I thought so. Are you okay with me marrying her? You'll be seeing her more often as she'd become your sister-in-law, so I wanted to talk with you about it. Are you by any chance not really good friends with her? It sounds like she really keeps in touch with most of your classmates, so many of them would likely come to the wedding too. Thinking about that got me worried about you. I guess I can see why you'd be worried. But still, if you want to marry her, that's your decision, isn't it? It's not my place to stop you from making a decision like that. So, I guess I can support it. What do you mean, you guess? But if that's what you think, then I understand. Well, to be honest, I sort of suspected that she might have been putting on a persona for me. I was hoping to figure out if she's really the kind person that she acts like she is around me. From your reaction, I'm guessing that you didn't exactly get along well with her, right? Well, yeah, since I didn't really get to go to school very much. But that's not something that you really need to hear about. Are you really sure? If there's something you want to say, I would be happy to hear it, no matter what it is. No, there's nothing to say. Your happiness is what's most important to me. I hope everything goes well for the two of you. Congratulations. Hey! What do you think you're doing here? I didn't invite you. I would never invite someone who would just bring down the mood. What? Did you sneak in or something? How disgusting. I can't believe you'd stoop to such a level. The only one stooping lowly is you. Did you really have to kick me out? You shocked everyone in the vicinity with that little stunt. Yeah? And? What about it? For someone like you to think you deserve to come to someone's wedding like this, it's disgusting. I thought you'd know your place by now. You are the #1 person I would like to kick out of here. Don't you remember how things were back in high school? Frankly, I'm astonished that you still think it's okay to kick me at this age. You just can't seem to let go of anything from our high school days, can you? You're the absolute worst. Oh, I'm the one who's doing something wrong. How about the person who decided to come to a wedding of someone they're not even friends with? Honestly, I don't even know what you expected to happen. Crashing a wedding is beyond disrespectful. Think about it for at least 1 second. Of course, I know that you didn't invite me, and I'm not the kind of person who would crash a wedding to begin with. There's absolutely no reason why I would come to a wedding to see you of all people. Then what? You came to try to expose how I messed with you in high school or something? Let me guess. You thought that you could embarrass me in front of all our classmates. So you made sure to hide yourself among them as everyone filed in. I don't need someone who's going to try to pull some stupid prank like that at my wedding of all things. Do you not have any sense of decency? Why do you have to keep talking like that? And again, kicking me was completely unnecessary.
Just shut up already and leave. Do you want to be kicked even more? I do not want a pathetic person like you to just pop up at my wedding, even if you were a former classmate. If you don't leave soon, I promise you I will kick you into next week.
Sure, I can leave. But are you sure you want me to?
Go home, you cow! Go to hell!
I can't say I ever expected to be kicked on the day of my own brother's wedding. Okay, I'll go home.
Wait. Huh?
Even if you apologize now, it won't change a thing. It's too late now. Anyway, I'll be going now.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean?
I will leave now. Goodbye.
Where are you? Do you think you could come back to the wedding? Please, there's something I wanted to talk about.
I can't say I can. I'm already on my way home. And I can't say I really have anything I want to talk to you about either. I mean, you yourself were the one who literally kicked me out of the venue, remember? I can't imagine you forgot already.
But, hold on. Circumstances have changed.
Yeah, I imagine they have. Without even knowing that I would become your sister-in-law, you chased me out of the venue. Using violence, no less. I returned home as you so unreasonably demanded. I told you it was too late to apologize. Or did you happen to forget that too?
But come on! To think that you were the sister of the groom? How was I supposed to know that? He never talked about it. I had no idea. I was so sure that you would come to my wedding in order to aggravate me or something like that.
What? And if I wasn't, it would be acceptable? The only way I could see that is if I was the one who was always tormenting you, not the other way around. Besides, you should have known that I am not that vindictive of a person. Or at least thought for 1 second about why else I could be there. Yes, I hate you, but I don't bear a grudge against you or anything. When I heard that my brother was marrying a Lauren from my class, I knew right away that it was you. Even so, I didn't say a thing to him about you.
Huh? Really? You didn't?
Honestly, I couldn't imagine that the woman my brother wanted to marry was the same woman who drove me to stop attending school in person. I absolutely hated that out of all the women in the world, he had to have picked you. But I figured that since my brother chose you, he had to have had his reasons. I felt it was not my place to get in the way of his happiness. So, I said nothing.
Oh, wow. So, that's how it was. I suppose I may have misunderstood the situation a bit. You know, you can come back to the wedding. I won't mind. I can try to start actually getting along with you now. Look, I can stop being condescending towards you, okay?
I realized, however, that I was mistaken.
Huh? Mistaken?
I had thought that because my brother had chosen you, I had no right to speak up. I had resolved to remain silent throughout the whole ceremony, and to keep those feelings hidden for his sake. But today, I understood that that was wrong. You haven't changed a single bit.
What do you mean by that?
Even after 10 years, you still think it's perfectly acceptable to kick me. In public, no less. That is the strongest proof I have ever seen that you have not grown at all since high school. I acted like a good sister, as I knew my brother wanted to marry you. I had my suspicions that you acted nice to him because you wanted to marry him, all the while hiding your true colors. I kept quiet, but I can't leave it alone anymore.
Can you get to the point already? What are you trying to say?
I have decided that I will explain everything to him.
Huh?
It looks like he noticed that I was gone and figured out that something was wrong. He has been very worried about me ever since high school because of how I didn't actually go for many days at a time. I couldn't take the teasing and harassment. Even when he was in college, he would frequently return home to check on me. That's how much he cares about me. And it's that caring aspect of him that led him to notice how strange my behavior was.
Hold on. Please just slow down for a second. You aren't planning to go telling Mitchell some unnecessary extra stuff, are you?
Unnecessary extra stuff? Like what, for example?
Like how I used to give you a hard time back in the day? Or how I kicked you today?
Oh, and those are unnecessary extras, are they? You think those are just pointless bits of information, unrelated to your marriage? No, Lauren. Those are facts. When my brother hears about this, loving me and worrying about me as much as he does, he will undoubtedly get enraged. That said, I think that's still better than just letting the marriage go through and regretting it later. Don't you think?
No, wait. You can't do this. Today is our wedding, remember? It's such a special day for us. Our honeymoon is already planned out and fast approaching. We've got plans to go next week. Please, just don't tell him. Don't you dare steal away my happiness.
What, like how you stole away my very ability to go to school? My life in high school was at its lowest and it was all your fault. And you dare to tell me not to steal your precious happiness from you? After all you've done to me? You're lucky I haven't had the police arrest you for assault. What makes you think you have the right to tell me not to speak to my brother? He has always cared for me, and for much longer than you have known him. When he learns that the woman he proposed to was the leader of a group of students who dedicated themselves to tormenting his little sister, I think we can be pretty sure of what I'll do about your marriage. Don't you?
I'm telling you, don't do it. Mitch has nothing to do with this. I truly wish to marry him, not mistreat him like I did to you.
You have never shown your real face to him, have you? You've only ever been putting up an act. What's the point of a marriage like that? I only want to let my brother know who you really are. I only want him to know your true face. The face of a deplorable woman for whom being called the scum of the earth would be too kind.
No, you can't do that. I'm telling you, your past with me doesn't have anything to do with our marriage. If you care about your brother's happiness, you shouldn't tell him anything. He will be so happy once we get married, and you would ruin that.
You're mistaken. It is for the sake of his happiness that I have resolved to tell him. Or perhaps I should say, have already told him.
What?
He's telling me that he's canceling the wedding. I feel that he's making the right decision by doing so.
No, you're just trying to scare me, right? He doesn't actually already know, right? I mean, sure, he isn't answering his phone, but that's not because he's refusing to speak to me, right? What's going on? What selfish little stunt did you pull, Carol?
Well, I think you'll find out, as I think he's going to your room right now. Though, maybe I should warn you, he is quite pissed off. Appropriately so, I should think. Oh, and before I forget, you kicking me earlier? I may not call the police on you, but you certainly did rip my dress. You also hit me multiple times. You can expect a lawsuit to be coming your way soon, as I will be seeking damages for what you have done.
No, don't say that. Don't exaggerate about what happened. You're not really going to sue me over this, are you?
Where am I exaggerating? I have only spoken the truth. All of the things you did to me ever since high school, those were all crimes. And I am definitely not the same girl who would just cry herself to sleep over her situation anymore. I will finally fight back, fair and square, for all that you owe me. Mark my words, you will pay for all of the suffering you've caused me.
What? I haven't been trying to fight about anything. All I want to do is marry Mitch. Nothing more. Please, from now on, I'll try to get along with you. I'll be friendlier. Come back and explain everything to Mitch. Please.
Oh, you want me to explain everything to him? Like how up until now you have done nothing but harass me and do your best to make me miserable?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying tell him that everything you've said was just a joke. Tell him that you and I have been good friends for a long time. I mean, if you do that, I'll be able to marry him, right? He'll marry me then, won't he?
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
But why?
For one thing, I would never lie to my brother, especially about something as serious as this. For another, I have no reason to want to help you in any way, shape, or form. Quite the opposite, in fact. So I'd appreciate it if you would never show your face to my brother ever again. As for me, I can settle for seeing it again once my lawyer is there with me. I guess this means your wedding has been canceled. How sad. I guess the honeymoon will have to be canceled too. But I guess it's not very surprising. After all, you reap what you sow. I wish you luck in your search for another man. And I wish him luck in dealing with you. Once Mitch heard about everything, he flew into a rage the likes of which I had never seen before. Right at the venue, he declared that he was canceling the wedding and never seeing her again. Lauren tried to contact me, pleading with me to talk to Mitch and get him to reconsider. Obviously, I ignored her. I did get to hear about her through some sympathetic classmates who reached out to me after hearing what I went through, though. With the wedding canceled and me filing suit against her, she apparently fell into a total state of panic. She didn't know when to give up, though, and started stalking Mitch in a pathetic attempt to get him to consider marrying her again. Her actions got more and more extreme, and eventually he filed a restraining order against her. She never really recovered from the shock of everything that happened, and ended up losing her job as a result. The last thing I heard was that all of her old friends abandoned her after hearing everything, leaving her with a life of total isolation. I don't feel any sympathy for her. She deserved what she got. Like I told her, you reap what you sow. Mitch thanked me for finally speaking up and stopping their wedding in time, though he also mentioned that he hopes I speak up sooner next time. He told me he trusts my judgment, and I think the both of us grew a bit from this incident too. Now, I'm looking ahead towards the future, with the pain of my past finally behind me, and my brother there to support me too. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content like this. Let us know in the comments what you thought.
Hey honey, are you going to be able to visit me today at the hospital?
Why do you want me to come so badly to the hospital? You know that I don't like going to the hospital. Quit bugging me about it every single day.
It's been like 2 weeks since the last time you visited me here. Aren't you worried about me anymore? I'm still in the hospital trying to fight through this illness that I have.
Do you not realize how selfish you're being right now? You need to start thinking about other people and not just yourself. Every time I go to the hospital to see you, it feels like my willpower gets sucked out of me. Having to see all those sick people makes me feel like I'm gonna get sick too. Don't you see how tiring it is for me to go visit you so often? You act as if I don't work. I'm sick of you acting like it's the end of the world or something. Do you want me to end up in the hospital with you too?
You know that it isn't like that. What's the matter with you all of a sudden?
Then what is it? Are you suspicious of me or something? Is that why you're constantly trying to make me come to see you and restrain me from doing things? Seriously, it gets so old and tiring. I'm over it. I really wonder why I had to be the one that ended up marrying some woman like you. It's not like you made a lot of money or gave me a child. What is one thing that you're good at? Because I can't seem to find anything positive about you at all.
I'm sorry, but it's not like I developed cancer because I wanted to. You know this. I'm trying my best to fight it. And all I can think about is finally beating it so that I don't have to see everyone else suffering anymore. Is it that difficult to just come to see me a little more often and talk to me? Is it really that hard?
So what? Did I tell you to go get cancer? Why are you dragging me into your misery when it's you that couldn't take care of your health and ended up the way that you are now? I lost interest in visiting you a long time ago. So stop talking to me if you're just gonna go ask me to come to see you. In fact, don't contact me at all.
You're my husband. Why are you being like this? Who am I supposed to call and talk to if something does happen? Who am I supposed to lean on?
You've got your mom that cares so much about you that she would give her life if it was for you. She also has some responsibility for your situation because it's her fault for not being able to raise her child to grow up healthy. Tell your mom to come to take care of you instead of me because I don't have anything to do with this and I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Are you going to be like this? Is this who you really are?
Yeah, this is who I am. I'm sorry if you thought I was something else, but I guess I'm not, so get over it. Don't text or call me from now on because I won't answer any of your attempts to contact me.
What are you talking about right now? What do you mean that I won't be able to reach you?
I'm going on a trip overseas with my girlfriend, so don't bother me.
Say that again?
Yeah, with my 28-year-old girlfriend.
Are you kidding me right now? Your 28-year-old girlfriend. What? Ever since I got on chemotherapy, I've lost so much money and it's ongoing. I'm struggling to even make it through each treatment. But you're telling me that not only are you going to dismiss the situation that I'm in, but you also cheated on me and you're going on a trip with her?
What? Are you jealous that I got with a young, healthy woman? Are you jealous that I get to go on a trip with her?
What? Am I jealous? Is that all you really have to say? How could you act so insolent and childish? I can't believe you'd call yourself a man after treating me like this and abandoning your sick wife. Aren't you scared of karma?
There's no such thing as karma, you idiot. There's no such thing as God either. If there were to be a God, why would they let you get cancer and not me?
I see that you understand that you know you're a horrible human being too.
Yep, I know, I'm a horrible person, but that doesn't change anything. So don't even try to expect anything out of me, and get out of my life. You should actually be thankful to me that I didn't throw you away as soon as we found out that you have cancer. Stop being so greedy and leave me be. Do you understand? What is going on? The passcode on the door lock is telling me that the code is wrong. Did you change the passcode for the door?
Yeah, I changed it.
Why? For what? Are you trying to take revenge on me because I didn't go see you in the hospital? Because I cheated on you and now I went on a trip with my new girlfriend? Get over yourself. Get jealous of something that you even have the authority to be jealous of. If you took care of your health and had the appeal as a woman, I wouldn't have cheated on you. Don't act like this is my fault. I understand that you're whining and protesting because I'm only giving my attention to someone else and not you. I get it, so stop with this stupid act and tell me what the passcode is. I'm gonna take a shower, take a nap, then go see you. Hurry.
You don't need to come to the hospital, so get the hell out of my face.
What? Did you wake up on the wrong side of bed today or something? How dare you talk to me like that? Being disrespectful and aggressive? Don't forget that I'm still your husband, and you have to respect your husband. Did you get a lobotomy instead of getting treatment for your cancer?
I think you're the one that isn't normal in this situation right now. I guess you've already forgotten about how you told Haley you'll care for her for the rest of your life and begged her to get married to you. You were on your knees. It hasn't even been a few years, and you were so quick to turn your back on my daughter who had cancer. You dared to cheat on her and go on a trip overseas with this new girlfriend or whatever this woman that you're seeing is. My daughter didn't stop crying until the moment she closed her eyes and breathed her last breath. She left this world with your betrayal on her heart. But I bet while all of this tragedy was happening, you were way too busy hanging out, being all hee-hee, ha-haing with this girlfriend of yours. I can't believe I gave my daughter to you. You are an animal.
Wait, are you Joanna?
How dare you call my name? We are strangers from now on, so don't even try to apologize for anything.
Joanna, I think you're misunderstanding something. It's not what you think. Please, let me explain. Are you at the hospital right now? Let me come to the hospital. I'm gonna explain everything to you and Haley. Can you please just give me a moment?
Did you even read the texts I sent you? Haley is not here anymore. She passed away. All she got for living the last minutes of her life was emotional trauma from you. The moment that she closed her eyes, she couldn't leave in peace. All because of you.
I don't know what to say. Are you being serious? Haley? She's gone? Why? People don't die so easily like that. How could she? Stop lying to me. This is not a good joke.
A joke? The only joke here is you. You garbage of a human being. You knew that she was entering the worst stage of the cancer that she had and abandoned her regardless. My daughter, I knew she wouldn't be able to make it far enough. Was it that hard to just keep her company and tell her good things before she left our side? Even though you're the worst man that I could ever meet, if my daughter was happy being with you, I could let it go and at least have her enjoy the last seconds of her life. I was going to forgive you for the things that you've done, but you threw that chance away by showing me your lowest. I'm never going to forgive you for this. You're going to get everything back, 2 times worse than what you've done to my daughter.
I understand how you feel, Joanna. There's no way that I wouldn't know. But isn't it a little too cruel to have someone stand out the door in the middle of winter like this? This is going a little too far. I'm a human being and someone's son at the end of the day, too. How could you treat me like this?
My daughter is roaming the unknown in a thin piece of hospital gown right now. But you're gonna come here and whine to me that you're cold when you're wearing layers and layers of clothes? I already packed all of your belongings and sent them down to the community center. So take them and get out.
Who gave you permission to touch and pack my belongings? Also, why are you stopping me from going into my own house? What even is this right now?
What? Your house? Okay now, let's get this straight. Don't you dare say that it's your house. This is not your house. I gave Haley this house to her name when you guys got married as a gift. So how do you figure it's your house?
Of course it's mine. Haley is dead and gone now. We were married, so the house automatically becomes mine. You're just some outsider that's watching all of this go down, so don't step in and get nosy in my business.
Are you stupid or are you just ignorant? Do you not educate yourself in administrative acts like these? Yeah, I gave this house to Haley as a gift, but I bought this house as a whole even before you two got married. Therefore, this means that you have absolutely no authority over this house at all. Do you now see what's going on?
Wait, what? There's no way. Well, that's whatever. I don't care about the house after all. It isn't even that valuable, so you can have it. But guess what? The very kind-hearted Haley left behind a bunch of money for me as she passed away because I'm her beneficiary. At least I wouldn't have to worry about working my butt off and feeding myself for a good while.
No money is going to be on your way, so don't even think about it for even a second.
What are you talking about right now? I know that she had life insurance. Why are you trying to lie to me and make it seem as if I wasn't her beneficiary? I'm not that stupid.
Did you not know that I was the one who gave her that insurance in the first place? I was the one paying for it the whole time, too. I don't know where you got this idea of you being the beneficiary, but no, it's me. All of this has nothing to do with you. Yeah, Haley was worried about you having a hard time getting back on your feet if she did pass away. But nope, she ended up keeping me on it instead of you because you turned your back on her.
What even? Is that true? If you told me about it then, I would have been going to the hospital to see her. Nobody told me about this. I didn't think she was that stupid, but I guess I was wrong. Ugh! What am I gonna do now? She's dead and I don't have much money. Does she want me to beg for money on the streets or what? Why would she give you the money anyway? You're old and waiting for the day that you'll die too. Why would you need that much money to begin with?
Wow. Now that you figured everything out, you're not afraid of saying things, are you? I'm glad that Haley didn't change her mind in the end. because if she did, she really wouldn't be able to close her eyes in peace.
What about me then? I have no house, no money from the insurance. I have nothing now.
You already had nothing from the get-go. You're just back to home base. Do you not realize that the only reason why you were doing somewhat all right was because of Haley?
This is all Haley's fault. It has nothing to do with me. If Haley fulfilled her duty as a wife from the beginning, none of this would have happened. I wouldn't have gone out and met some other woman.
You should have been careful with who you get into a relationship. Did you think that you were really going to be okay after messing with the daughter of a well-known business CEO?
What do you mean by that?
What are you getting all surprised for? I already did all the research that was needed when you were overseas. I know that you met that other girl at a party amongst your co-workers. You met her there for the first time and knew that she was the daughter of some rich guy, and that's why you got in touch with her. When my daughter was bedridden in the hospital, trying her best to fight for her life, suffering from the pain, you were planning on getting married to that other girl when Haley passes away. Did you really think that this silly little plan of yours would have worked out?
It's not impossible. I know that her dad is crazy about his daughter, so whatever she wants to do, he would let her do it in the end. You wouldn't ever know because your emotions are all dry and wilted, but when it comes to love, no age and class matters.
Yeah, that might have been a possibility if you were single, but you were a married man. Now you're widowed. Not only that, but you left your wife to die in the hospital and went off to catch other prey to mooch off of. Do you really think that they would want to welcome you as the new member of the family?
We never know what's going to happen unless we actually try. All I know is that my girlfriend is all over me and she wouldn't break up with me, so don't worry yourself too much.
No, I don't think that's quite the scenario here. I'm pretty sure that their entire household is in chaos right now. I got in touch with her dad, and he's absolutely furious that you tried to trick his daughter into getting married to you when behind the scenes you had a dying wife all along. And for your information, he just texted me. As soon as your little girlfriend went over to her parents' house, they told her the truth and told her that it's best if she gets rid of you. It seems like she said that she was disappointed and didn't know you were that type of a person.
What did you just say? Are you really out of your mind? Who are you to butt into my life and expose me to my girlfriend and her family?
And who the hell are you to have torn apart my daughter's life? I just can't believe that you were confident enough to trick a CEO's daughter. Not just anybody, but the one that's quite famous in the field. I wonder how your career is going to turn out from here on out. Here's my piece of advice. You better train your mental capacity to get bashed by people, or else you won't make it.
What did I do to deserve all of this from you? Why is everyone chewing my ass out right now?
You still don't understand what you did is wrong. I just can't fathom how I let my daughter get eaten up by some moron like you. I've lost her for life now. Congratulations on ruining your life. I hope you have fun. Don't live life like that from here on out. You know your place. Do you understand? After everything that had happened, I cut ties with Bryson right away and never talked to him afterwards. What I heard from the other side is that Bryson resigned from the company that he used to work for and disappeared somewhere far away. I guess he couldn't take it anymore and left for the better. I'm hoping that he learned his lesson and lives life as a changed person. But people don't change very often, and it can't be done too easily. Who knows? He may be out there somewhere using his narcissistic personality to trick another innocent woman to believe that he's the best man that she'll ever find in her life. I have never seen a more pathetic human being before in my life, and I hope that he is the last. I now moved into a small apartment next to where my son lives with his wife, and am enjoying watching my grandchild grow. I hope that I can live life to the fullest until the day that I leave this world, so that my daughter won't have to worry about having left me behind here. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.